everyone, it's Janice. I'm here today to show you my latest Alice in Wonderland fabric journal. It's quite a chunky journal, one that I always enjoy making. So on the front you see the main characters of Alice in Wonderland, and I've decorated around them with some little bronze charms and also made a frame with Alice in Wonderland. The spine is this black and gold braid, and I've added a dangle with a pendant. We're all quite mad here. It is detachable, and there you can see the back of the fabric. I have made these books before, and it's been a while since I've been able to get this fabric. Now the closure is a braid, Alice in Wonderland. So I'll open it up and show you inside. This one's a pocket and it's tied up with seam binding, and it just opens up, and I've put some mason jars in the side pockets, and in the main pocket with the Mad Hatter I've added some cutout tags. This book belongs to And the Story Begins. So that just ties back up with the ribbon. There's a lot of quotations through the book, a lot of pages to write on, and I have decorated every page. So I've already tried to put this video on before and it just cut out, so I must have spoken too much. See-through pocket with a bottle. And these are some new bookmarks I'm making, long ones, of Alice falling down the rabbit hole and various other ones. A decoration, some writing paper. This one's a pocket. It can untie, so it has plenty of room for putting different pieces of memorabilia in there. Writing, letters. And there's a teacup with eat me and drink me tags in there. And those ones I just tie with some thread. Eyelash trim it is actually. That's a large bottle pocket and note card and a bookmark. I've actually, these are stamps of mine that I have stamped on some of the pages. This one's a storybook page. It just stays down with that little flip. So it is a page from a storybook, and inside the belly band I've added a collaged note card of the Mad Hatter. So that just goes down, and that's the Mad Hatter there on that page. These pockets are also different. They're playing cards, and I've cut a sort of oval out of the middle. I've put the rabbit on that one and added a rabbit bookmark and some blue stenciling, another stamp there of the Queen. So beautiful graphics in this kit I bought recently. I can't remember which Etsy store I bought it from. Middle of the first signature, and these are also playing cards, but this time I've sewn around, and in the circle I've put the Queen there and off with her head that side. So just some more collaged note cards. That's a little ace charm. Oh, there's a caterpillar. I like that picture. More stenciling the other side of that paper. There's Alice sitting in the chair, and that's some gauze I've put. It's got some sequins on that, and I've added some tickets. They just go in the back. And that's another stamp. This pocket is made of fabric, the same as from the book. and note card and tag or bookmark. These pockets I make out of printed paper, and then I just put a little charm to the top there, and there's a bottle and a note card of Alice, drink me. More writing paper. This one's an envelope tied with seam binding, and these are some tickets in there. Just move that up a little bit, and then inside that you can add some little things yourself and some writing paper to that side, and it just ties with some seam binding. There's the Mad Hatter. Another one of those see-through pockets with bottles. That one's a bit tight, that pocket. A little pocket there with a note card. Just some more stamping there. And there again. I've added a cutout of Alice there and just put it's actually organza I've put behind that one. And this one's a flip. So more writing paper. These are teacups that have been cut out. And note card and one of those large bookmarks. This one's a notepad, so I've put various pieces of Alice paper in that one. And a little charm. That one is We're All Mad Here. So I'll just put that out, and that's just tied with a bowl pin on there, and a note card at the back. The same sort of image of Alice with the caterpillar there. Just put that back in. Little tuck spot and a tag with the white rabbit. These are like little storybook pockets where it tells a bit of the story and then has the character pictured. Cheshire Cat. I like that. There's Alice. I actually make these and put different images on the paper. So each book has different ones in it. This one's the middle of the second signature. It's got a little key. It's got some beautiful braid and collage note cards there. Lots of writing paper, but I have decorated each page. An envelope with some note cards in there. That one just does up with a little circle. A little tuck spot and some note cards. This one's a different one as well. These are 2 tags, and when they're undone, which I will undo them, you can write on the back of them. And then it opens up and you have writing paper inside. So that was just a new pocket I've made. I'll tie that back later. That's just some baker's twine. There's another one of the stamps I have. Another one there. Pocket, one of those envelopes. And that one's got a key charm with more drink me and eat me tags in there. I've actually backed that one with music paper. This one's a 3rd signature. That one's a fabric pocket with more bookmarks and note cards. That's the fabric I used for down the centre of the book to strengthen it. Pocket, Mad Hatter. I try and match the pockets up with whatever ephemera I'm putting into those pockets. Another little tuck spot. And another one of those envelopes. That time I made it with queen paper and added some queen ephemera. That one should have a, yes it does, it has a little charm up there. There she is. That one's Alice sitting on a mushroom, and that's got the organza with the sequins decorating the back of it. A little decoration. That one with Alice with the cards, I've actually put some little cards down there, and it has a note card in there. Another little tuck spot with some tickets. This one's the middle of the third signature. I've put a key there, and I've put these bottles and some charms. So a collage note card and another one here. And I've just matched up the paper, as you can see, the Drink Me paper for the bottles. Another envelope. And this one's got a little pocket and one of my muslin stamped tags. This goes in there. And space for writing and storage. And this time I've sewed it up, I've tied it up with some red seam binding. A top hat and some tickets. I just don't want to run out of time again. This one's a pocket here, and I've added a collage tag of the Cheshire Cat. And another flip of the Mad Hatter. That just tucks into that little circle. Sort of neatens it off. Little tuck spot here with a note card. This one's a belly band, and that has 2 note cards in there. Belly band of the Mad Hatter and more writing paper. Oh, there he is. I always put him in the book somewhere, and some tickets. I've had that image for years, and I can't remember the Etsy seller I got it from. This one's a belly band, and I've added a cut out there of the rabbit and put some fabric behind him, and collage note card goes in there. I think there's over 60 pieces of ephemera in this book. Decorated this envelope, and it's got the Queen in there. And this one's a new one I've made as well. It's an envelope which undoes. It's got a little pocket here, and I'll put a ticket in there, but inside it's got a little notebook. So that's a little notebook with different papers of Alice in that one, and that just pops back in the side, which I've sort of got to do that from the other side to put that in. So I'll just put that back in later. So that's my latest Alice journal. I'm actually making some smaller ones now.